Today, I want to fix my Create Mod city's biggest problem. It's currently floating 30 blocks above the ocean floor. Not only that, the current terrain looks like garbage. So today I want to completely revamp and connect all my current builds in the city into a brand new terrain. I'm so excited to see how this new terrain will turn out, and if you are too, consider subscribing and leaving a like on the video as it helps me out a ton. To get started today, I've gone ahead and grabbed a place burner along with an enchanting guide, and up here I have a Minecraft contraption, and if we pop through to the nether here, and we place this down on this little contraption I prepared. This is Shell's XP farm, and it has 2 buckets of hyper XP. So, yeah, don't ask me why I have this. It's just, I just do, okay? But placing down a base burner, and I've put efficiency in here. Let's get that applied to it. And then if we just give this my pickaxe, like that. I do this. Yeah, I'm just gonna try that. Reverse this pump, get our hand crank in right here. Okay, consumes 256. So we need pump 256 in here. Ooh, okay, that's enough. Drop that on there. What do you mean consume? Wait, okay, it consumes more now. Ooh, here it goes. This is the first time I'm hyper enchanting anything. Oh, nice. Now we can just tear this down. Actually, I need to bring that hyper XP back into the tube real quick, and then we can hide it away and act like I never used it, right? No one's gonna tell Shells. You wouldn't do that, right? So with our new completely made by my own resources pickaxe, I want to work on today's first big issue, and that is removing the terrible terrain currently surrounding the base. For some reason, I decided to fill this with water, even though I knew I would change it. So also using a pump to clear all of that away while also mining away the stone. Even though this terrain wasn't the prettiest, it did add something to the base, and it looks extremely weird without it. So we of course got to get started on the new terrain, where I've already done a little bit of material preparation. This is only one corner of the lake, by the way, and I still need 50 stacks of mud, well, plus another 10, so 60 stacks of mud. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself 4 shulker boxes, and it's time for us to head out to the mangrove swamp. There's no way I'm doing this one with dirt, and I mean, this is only small portion. Yeah, we're gonna need way more mud later. Hold up, I should set up a portal. I also did just have the thought, since we need so much of this, we might as well use the drill. And so if I just activate that, oh right, it's not glued on, I don't think. There we go. No, not a continuous flow. I thought I was just gonna spew them out. Guess we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. I think I've cleared out enough space. Now we just have 30,000 deep state in there, not 45,000. Got some coordinates figured out by looking at the map, and it should just be about maybe 500 to 1,000 blocks in this direction. Why is there a B there? Okay, all right, should be somewhere around here, I think. See, 157 and then 388. Light this up, and hopefully we're in the mangrove swamp. Yes, we are. Ooh, giraffe. Just gotta put down that and get the drill started. 1 eternity later. All right, it's been running for a bit here. Let's see if we have 5,000. All right, that's definitely gonna be enough for now, at least. So I think we can just pick that up and head on home. Definitely leaving this biome in a great shape. Yeah, definitely not destroying it at all. No. Let's just quickly make a stop by spawn, as I should still have a chest over here with some mangrove roots, hopefully. Yes, there it is. We'll just grab a bit of that. Might as well grab a box, because we will probably use more than the 10 stacks I need now. Get this placed back in here. Reverse to fill, hopefully, 3 shulker boxes. Here we go. Quite easily. I think we still have a bit left in it even, but we won't be needing that right now. So currently, I think we need 2 of these, which would be 54 stacks, and I need 50 stacks. That's perfect. And then we need to turn a couple of these into muddy mangrove roots, and that's all the materials we need. Just grabbing a bit of gunpowder. With the materials loaded into the schematic cannon, it's set to work building up the first portion of the new terrain. I've been designing this terrain on streams in the background of working on other projects, and I'm super excited seeing the first blocks of it being placed into the actual server. Standing up here on the road, I think you can already see that it is a lot deeper than it used to be. I don't exactly remember where it goes, but it's definitely another like 6 or 7 blocks deeper in this part, and this is also the most shallow end of the lake because it kind of slopes up over there. We got it extended out over to the steam engine now, incorporating that into the build, and I worked a lot with boulder-esque rocks to build up most of the landscape, and then I've also got some of these flatter areas where if we just hop down here onto the mud, where I think you see why I needed so much mud now, the water level is going to be coming up to around this block right here, or well, it will be coming up to this block. And then above this, we've got a little bit of vegetation, pretty dead vegetation, because I mean, this isn't the most nature-filled city ever, but we got a little bit of vegetation, and this is actually where I want to build a factory today, because I have already mentioned it, but I use tuff a lot. There's tuff there, there's a lot of tuff over there, tuff up there, there's tuff over there, tuff up there. There's tuff everywhere, and we need a tuff factory. To kick our material gathering off, I feel like gathering up some wood, and since I still have this massive supply of it from Gout, let's get that crafted down to all the different blocks we'll be needing for the tuff factory. Been throwing together some stone blocks here, and of course for the tuff factory we're gonna need some tuff. Okay, managed to put this together. Now I have a slight issue, however, because yeah, this is not gonna be enough tuff bricks. I need a lot of tuff bricks for this build. So ready for a second time today, let's grab that. But now that I'm down here, I don't have a lot of exposed tuff, so I mean we can try to use the hand drill. No, it's not gonna not allowing me to use hands. Don't count. Back home then, let's turn a few more of these into tuff bricks. This brings us up to 8.5. Yeah, I think I want more. That should be enough. And would it really be some stamina material gathering without me stealing from a certain Gout? Let's see. Gout's laggy base. Gonna yoink that, and it's never here. Final things for the tuff farm will of course be, well, the farm itself. And I'm actually pretty sure I only need like 2 machines. I need a basin, and let's see, a whisk, so that we can craft our mixer, which is one of the machines. Well, the one should be super simple. Let's just sandpaper that. Grab another iron sheet, bit of brass. Gonna actually make some new brass casings real quick. Grab one of each bucket, and then a drill. Should be everything we need, or not. Oh, wait, I haven't crafted the electron tube yet. Of course, I can't craft the actual thing. There we go. Mechanical generator, which is the, I guess, other machine. That, together with these connecting bits and bulbs, makes up the entire tuff farm. Super, super simple, considering this is the actual only components. I guess you can count the pumps as well, but the rest of this is mainly me making it difficult for myself because I want it to be decorational. But that's the last shulker box I should need to gather up to actually build the tuff farm, or tuff factory. This is the tuff farm. These right here are the tuff factory itself. And looking at it, I think we're actually gonna have to move my little temporary platform that has been here for way too long, or at least part of it. I think for now it's going to be enough if we get rid of this part beyond this area, which does mean moving this. Shouldn't be too hard. I just need to find a good way to put it. Now, what if it just chills there? I don't know. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I totally won't forget about it or get shot in the back. No, wouldn't happen. Now we can go ahead and tear this down with the Efficiency 6 pickaxe. Yet again comes in super, super handy. Down on the ground now, or yeah, I'm gonna call it the ground now. This is the ground, where the first thing we gotta work on is connecting this into the terrain, which getting that started right here where this hole is, which is gonna be the first foundation pillar, where we're using some deep slate bricks for the darkest parts, and then we're going that into tuff bricks, and then finally that leads to our stone bricks, which is the lightest block in this little slight gradient here. Around to what I'm deciding to call the front of this. I'm gonna bring in some stairs to start creating an arch, which is just ever so slightly going to start stepping out a little bit more and more as we go up. Want to round this off even more, so just bring in some slabs and stairs as well. Slight just step back from this. What I'm envisioning here is that we're gonna have some conveyor belts off of the lip right here going down, probably into some rocks over here that we will be supplying the farm with andesite, and then we can output the tuff to get zinc. Although I haven't decided if I'm going to do that recipe or the milkshake recipe from Create Dreams and Desires. Probably going to do the tuff because it's more fun. Although I guess it's the same process after I've made the tuff. Yeah, we'll see. For now though, I think we need another structure supporting this and yet another arch because we need to input lava. And I realized that the lava depot entrance lines up really well with this farm. So if we just make a monorail go down over here, and if we add in another arch, maybe we can make that be the drop-off point. So let's see if we can get this archway here worked out as well. Can be slightly different from the one in the front, of course. Okay, stuck up here now, but this is going to be the factory floor eventually. But I do want to add one more thing to these archways and actually put some of the shulker boxes away here. But I want to bring this one out where I've got andesite support, and I've missed a few blocks. That's going to be our fluid interface, but this right here is going to be the support. Let's see, I might have to get some scaffolding here to help me. This is going to go upwards, then this will rotate sideways, and we'll just continue across supporting. Yep, okay, good job. Just picking up after my mess of scaffolding, because I do need these for windows in the future and, well, to scaffold around. And before we take a step back, I guess let's just get the create components out real quick. Get the interface and a pipe. Pipe goes there and interface there. And then all we need to run is the monorail, and I'm thinking the monorail will just curve and go into the stacks, and maybe it can deliver lava off to other places if it needs to. But running back from this, yes, that looks really good. I might not have nailed that arch looking at it, but I still think it works, and it kind of has to be a kind of box for the monorail to work. Could have arched it a little more though, but it's fine. It's fine. To connect the pathway, I worked into the terrain to something and give the factory a larger floor plan. Not that it's needed. I'm building up a structure next to the supports using a white block palette. I've used a lot throughout the city already, with bone blocks stolen from Gout, diorite, and a couple of gray blocks. Reaching the tough brick floor, I'm finishing the layout and also adding a slither of road outside the front of the factory, and yes, this is going to be the street level, hence why I made such massive supports. While still having the blocks ready, I finish up the white structure by building another floor with a couple of windows before slapping on a mud roof, finishing off the foundation of the tuff factory. Got the shulker box placed down finally, grabbing some brick blocks, and I want to start working on the actual create farm, where first of all, let's get our belts and 2 tunnels out, where this, like I mentioned earlier, is going to be the point where we get items in and out of the factory, where I think we're going to take andesite in on this line right here, and this is going to be the output for tuff so that I can eventually turn it into zinc and hopefully get brass automated. Put casings on all of these already just to have it done, and then somewhere think this is a good point. I'm just gonna say it is and start building, getting the first top side structure in, building up with our granite and brick. While we're up here, I'm just gonna start the roof trim with some tuff. Let's see, expanding that up, continuing all the way up there, and then we need to get the rest of these walls in, then finalizing this by filling the roof in, of course, using some deep slate. We just hop down. I've also brought with me some tunnels for that and a door right over here, where I'm realizing we're missing just a block right there. But this brings us out to the balcony, which should also have some railings for, yep, some andesite railings. Just to finish this off, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of space to do any activities or anything out here. It's also a factory, but do you really need to do on a balcony? I mean, the machine is what you gotta look after. There we go. And then we'll hook this up to the andesite farm eventually. And yeah, I think this is gonna have to go today. Really need to get a new home for the drill. And also maybe give the drill a revamp, because it's a little outdated. But future stuff. See, you need to get down just a little bit here below so that I can place in 1 copycat panel and then bridge myself up again. Just extend this across right here. And we'll break a few of these again. Maybe those. Then we get our metal support in right here. And some industrial iron into them. I want to create the room for the factory first of all, so I just want to keep squashing out the walls here for the first floor. Which means we'll be working with a couple of different block pallets to get ourselves started with these walls, as I'm working on everything at the same time. Let's bring in some iron bars here as windows, and then some dark oak trap doors just in front of these. Then let's get some copycat steps right here, because this is going to be one of the taller parts of this build, so it's going to look a lot better if we can get some natural dividers for it, though I'd like to rotate them. I'm going to finish detailing one of these windows here, and I'm looking through the wrong boxes, but I need some slabs, or 1 slab, super hard, and just 30 copycat panels and 3 grates. If we just place that there, just bring this up. That's a good enough window. Yeah, I'm just working in the walls here on this side, and we should probably start working on this one where, oh, obviously I have the crate components on me. We're going to want to make 2 fluid tanks. We're only going to be using one of them, but the 2 of them look better. One's going to go right there, and the other one just a simple 2 by 2 right over here, where we can also get some pipes out just already. Extend these up, just connecting these right here, so it looks like we're using both. This one will make just a little taller, and we'll deactivate that one. And this one's going to eventually be filled with lava through that, and that shouldn't be too hard to connect down to the pipe down there, but we'll do that a little later. Grabbing some mud and dirt along with some spruce next, and also a few mangrove bits, where I want to start on the 5th, 6th, 4th. I don't even know at this point how many block pallets I'm using in this build, but we're a little bit all over the place. I want to use the stripped spruce logs as the bottom of the windows, where we'll do a window right there, and then we'll extend one across right over here as well. For the windows themselves, I'm thinking we bring in some doors first of all, trying to bring parts of the city together, because I've used doors in windows like right over there. Actually, perfect view of that. And so I thought it might as well be good to bring that into some different parts of the city to make it feel a bit more cohesive. I'm bringing some trapdoors above this, flip these up to extend that door, even though it's a different texture, but it's fine. We'll work out in the end, finishing that off over the top right here, and just replicating this same exact thing right on this one. With all the different pallets explored, I want to finish off the first floor structure by building yet another brick bit and a bit more off the red dot. I'm realizing that I've grown very comfortable with a block palette and sort of stopped exploring new ones, so if you have any you like, let me know down below and let's see if I can fit them into the city. Also added in the floor, and we shouldn't need to use more space than this. Factory's gonna go quite a bit higher, but you know, it's just space that's not gonna be used. I do want to try to make something quite decorational though, since we do have very limited machines to work with and a lot of space. So why don't we start with the vault, which is gonna go right here in the middle. Extend that across and give that some more supports. And I think also we're going to have a vault right here. Right over here, we're going to have a red lamp where items are coming out and a green lamp where they're going... No, where they're going out and where they're coming in. Yeah, there we go. And it would be nice... That door kind of needs to be accessible, which shouldn't be too hard, with a little catwalk over the belt. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, I need to get a new pickaxe now because the efficiency 6 is too fast. It is too fast from building, great for material gathering, but way too fast when building. Just get some safety going right like that. And the only thing creative-wise we have to do over here is just get a gearbox in between these two so they're spinning the wrong way. And oh wait, we need a funnel. Thinking about it, I think this and this is going to be where we put the 2 machines, meaning we'll have a basin on top of one of them and we'll have a mechanical generator on top of the other one. There we go. We do need... Do I have cobblestone? I have stone. Okay. Just need to grab my fortune pickaxe. We need to tell it to actually generate the cobblestone. Let's see. Let's get some belts rocking just to connect all of this up. That should connect everything. Yep. Grab the funnels. And I guess kind of the rest of the crate components. There's not a whole lot to use. We'll just get one of those there, one of those right here. Just we need to move this over 1 block, and this is the simplest way to do it. And then we'll do an andesite tunnel there since the wall is kind of encroaching on it, or whatever you would call it. Then we'll do the funnels, and yep, that works fine. Brass funnel outputting there and 1 inputting there. Should be good. Let's see. With how this is spinning, 2 gearboxes there should work pretty well. Then an encased chain drive going down right here to hook that up. Let's see, we'll get that in, and oh, forgot this roof, but fix that later. Hook that up, then some andesite casing right there, maybe 2 more right there to close off the space. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Just been working on a few details for it all to make it look a little more integrated. Just want to add a little desk in the corner here where someone's working hard on a blueprint with tuff in it. I don't know what they're doing, but they can get a little candle in the corner. Yeah, they're working, okay? They're working. We do, however, have to finish the crate components because, well, there's no mixer at the moment. So we should just be able to kind of hop up here, get that in. And then let's see, how do we do this? So there's a gearbox right here. Get that flipped in a second, but we'll place a cog there, or a gear we're actually using. Get that flipped, run over. And yeah, actually that works. Just then we just run that down with some gears, mechanical pump, and fluid pipes going into that. While we're at it, let's just apply the tuff recipe so we don't make anything else. To power both of these sides, we'll just extend out some shafts, connect those up, and connect this down. Get a normal gear right there where we can encase that. And then anything else I need? No, don't think so. Over here, just added in a bit more storage, decorational, and a little shulker box loader. Because if you didn't know, I use a lot of tuff. There's a reason I'm building a tuff farm and just a tuff farm. Could have doubled up as a sink farm now that I think about it, but too late now. Well, maybe it's not actually. We could just build a sink farm above this. That's future stuff. Don't have to worry about sink today. You're right. This is not the exit at the moment. Just need to hop down here to the gyrocopter. As I need to get below, we'll power it up later. I mean, we obviously need to finish the factory as well first. And we need to, or before there's a reason to power it up, just do that. I actually don't need to extend it down one more block. So why don't we just do a mechanical pump right here into this fluid pipe, going across this way. Oh, no fuel. Uh-oh. This goes out this way. This comes up and then down. Now that I think about it, I think this one's too far in because, yeah, the monorail. Yeah, okay. Need to move that one out one block and we're going to get a diagonal girder. I'll go and run and get a casing for that. But yeah, that's going to work out better. And I think that's create components done. Just hook it up and, well, the outputs and inputs. Where are the inputs? The outputs is manual. So let's finish the factory off, and I want to start off with the tallest part, being the corner facing the starter base. Building the red pallet up while adding in some dark oak details for the windows and a ton of scaffolding for the windows themselves. To finish this sort of tower, we need a roof, and for that I first built out some spruce supports to make sure the cobble deep state roof doesn't come crashing down. Although this is Minecraft, so I could just have it flying if I really wanted to, but there's gravity. Trust me. Wanting a short break from the red palette, I'm next onto the brown structure, which I'm continuing up. Adding in 2 more windows above the entrance structure and finishing off with a mix slanted and flat roof. Then the final side of the build continues with more of that red palette that, if you haven't noticed, is the same as on the starter base. Am I just starting to say random things now? Maybe, so let's finish this up quickly. And we're running away from the factory because this is really the only good way to look at it. Here it is. I think it turned out quite well. It's definitely a unique style, sort of mixing medieval and these steampunky things we've been going on. Definitely not this style, but I do like it. Now we just need to hook it up. But before we do that, I'm tired of falling off the platform, and I'm tired of building and having to go up and down with scaffolding and so it's time. And well, you may be asking, Stam, what is the time for? And if you can't tell by my gear and the direction I'm flying, it's time to get an Elytra. I'm tired of falling down. I want an Elytra. No, I forgot my bed, but well, I dropped my bed off, but I think it's somewhere down here in the trees where I need to go. Is this it? This is it. It's a little hard to see with a plane in my face, but we're in the stronghold down here, right? Yep, there it is. I don't see a reason why I can't just jump through the portal with my plane. So, well, here I go again, breaking into the end. Oh, it worked. Nice. Place the plane, break out, and off we go. I have explored a couple of end cities already, but I think I'm going to go to a few new ones. Although I will stop by an old one just because I want to grab the Elytra. But I don't want to just get Elytras because I need a few more shulker boxes as well. Oh, here we go. It's so exciting. See, I've left the Elytra previously. It feels pretty good. Oh, we got to take it for flight. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, that's going to make this end busting a little more annoying than it has to be, but it's fine. Hopefully, we remove the mod that blocks it soon. Just picked up the second Elytra, and we're only up to 16 shulker shells so far, but I'm hoping this should get that number up because I'd like to get a stack before I head home. I'm hoping there's enough shulkers laying around now for me to make it to a stack. Okay, we're here up to 63. Oh, come on. We need one more. I see a shulker. Oh, come on. No. Oh, there's another one. Aha. This is the one. Just needs to open. Oh, yes. Exactly a stack. Nice. All right. Time to head home. And right. I always forget about this part. Okay. Flew over to a nearby ship here where I've already looted the city. I was over there earlier. And yeah, I don't really care about the charcoal. Everything else is in here. No backpack on this time. So, whee. Ouch. Well, I'd call it pretty successful. We got 3 Elytras and a stack of shulker shells, which means 32 more shulkers, which we gotta just craft them up right away. Oh, I love having shulkers. They are so good. I'm in my little box over here, and it's looking pretty full again. Nice. Well, I had the hopes doing this with mainly an Elytra, but I guess we better just get started anyways, because I have no idea when we're going to get that mod removed. And I think I have more fuel on this one over here, because I'd like to extend the terrain, but I'm out of tuff. There's a reason we built a tuff farm. And so we've got to hook up the output and I guess kind of clear away this before we can even continue on the train. And we got to hook up power. But I think this is the output, so we got to hook up the other one. I got to move some things around. We are getting tight on space here. I think the drill has to be moved out of the way for now because it isn't it's a little bit in the way. It's quite a big machine. I have no idea where I'm gonna put it. I might just put it in the nether actually. Out of the way, and we'll get it at home soon. But for the time being, let's extend this down. But how far down can we extend this? Because I think the further down, the better. Oh, okay. There's the limits. Okay. I think we have to continue this down even more for it to fit into the terrain. Anyways, we should be clear of where we need to be around about now. Hopefully. I don't really know. If we have to move it, we have to move it, but that's fine. So we'll just continue on this way instead. Let's see. We need to bring in the andesite, and the andesite is in this one over here. Yep. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Perfect. Yep. Yep. Couldn't have gone better. We'll just put in one of those first, and then we'll extend this down. And it should just be as simple as lining this up with this belt. We just place the chute there, and then we make it diagonal instead. And that actually lined it up perfectly. Now we can replace the granite up here with the chute, which should filter 16 andesite down all the way to the bottom. Yes, it does indeed. And I guess these belts don't need to be spinning if that factory isn't spinning. So I guess the factory will be powering it all. I never remember how to hook this up, so we should probably hook all of this up to power as well. And I also want to split up so that the iron farm doesn't power both the iron and andesite farm, and so it has its own input line. So should be super simple. I don't know if I might insert another one right there. Ooh, gotta get low as well. We'll realize later if we need to. I mean, this is probably gonna have to be rerouted, but I think this area is fine. Just hook that up, and then we'll hook that up again. Shouldn't break anything. Doesn't look like it. And then we get the shafts running in this direction. Okay, I think this will work to hook it up. Why is there a blaze? Oh, right. I moved the blaze spawner earlier. I knew that was gonna come back to bite me. Fine. So we'll go down. Let's see, should be like right around there. We add that. This is the andesite farm, and I have started adding in the off switches, like I said earlier. So we'll just add in an off switch right here. That, and yeah, that should be good. And ooh, is everything spinning the right way? I didn't think about that. Looks like everything is spinning the right way. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Gotta go and grab a cog, but this should be everything I need to hook it up to this. We need to fix the terrain on the backside here to support this. I'm doing limited terrain on certain things that we've already done just because, well, I don't know where the rest of the buildings are gonna go, and I want to form and shape the terrain out of the buildings. Let's see, this goes up. Won't be anything in the system, so no problem if it spins the wrong way. Gearbox, boom. And let's give it a check. Okay, let's see. That's spinning the right way. This isn't spinning though, because there's missing anything there. Okay, so then this is spinning. Can I place that? Oh, I can't place that there. Do this nonetheless. Wait, what? Why can I not place that? Hello? Okay, there we go. And then we just need a gearbox right here. Oh, we actually don't need one right there. We do need one right there. Oh, there got my gearbox back. Don't know where the other... Okay, it's right. It's right. But that's now hooked up and it's going in. We just need to sort out the lava. So we need monorails. I don't know if I have enough though. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's not going to be enough, I don't think. We can give it a try. This is where it's going to come in. And then if we just grab that and fly across, I think I want to just route the monorail straight across here. And I'm just hoping I have enough rails. Oh, I do. So if we just connect that up there, smooth it out. Boom. Connection bit looks all right. And yeah, that's definitely going to work. Okay, cool. Actually, oh wait, I managed to line it up. Wait, I hear it working. Didn't realize this. And are we making tuff? Oh wait, we're also throwing the tuff away right now. Okay, we'll just put that right there. We have no reason to output it. Oh, we already have a stack. Oh, this is great. Okay, I just need to set up the schedule so it goes between the two stations. While waiting for some tuff to be crafted in the tuff factory, I prepared a few materials so that we can expand the terrain. And hopefully when we get over to the tuff factory, we have enough tuff to... Oh, hello. I'm just gonna sneak on by. Don't mind me. Oh, I don't think they're too happy. Come on. Down you go. Oh, not me. Slight distraction, but let's hope the conveyor belt lift up here and running through. It is working. Oh my god, we already have 4,000 tuff. Oh my god, I'm like a I feel like a little kid on Christmas. This is amazing. I love it. 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 Oh yeah, could have used shulker box loader actually. It's fine. We have so much tuff. So with these blocks, time to continue the terrain. My goal for the terrain today is to connect the starter base and all the surrounding factories and buildings. This next segment I'm focusing on will be an extension of the area we did earlier, this time connecting the stacks up to the starter base. Decided to place the blocks by hand for some reason, and I'm using like Matica to show me where the terrain blocks go. Since this is such a massive project that will fully define the way this entire city will look, I want it to be perfect, hence why I'm pre-planning it so much. And a long time later, the terrain expands. And yep, you're seeing that right. I removed the platform. I know it's been there for so long. Villagers are currently, I think, behind that boulder, and the nether portal is in the starter base, which is a much better space for it. Maybe we'll get a proper building in the future, or maybe just stays down there. For now, though, if we just hop on down, I've connected all of this little area up here, ready for the water, and then over to this point. And well, I'd like to say I'm halfway there. I hope I'm halfway there. This is going to be the deepest part though, and we got to get up to there. We got to connect the deepest part of the lake to the actually, I think, the highest buildings. And I actually already have this entire segment planned out. So if we just go get the materials, we can get that built in. And then I want to expand a bit on the city, or well, the residential area over here. And I need to figure out the terrain for that still. And I figured I might as well show you the process I've been going through to making the terrain in case you want to make your own terrain in the future. But like I said before that, it's material gathering, and I've already done a bunch of it, just running around the different chests, and we have these 4 items left. First of all, let's hop into the plane and fly over to the jungle land close to my base. And I discovered that this is quite high up and has a lot of exposed stone. So there is a ton of coal ore just laying around here. And well, I need a bunch of it. I need like a stack and a half for this next part, but I like to just get some extra because I know I'm going to use it in the rest of the terrain today. So you just might as well stock up on it while I'm here. Few minutes of running around, got myself 4 stacks of coal ore, which hopefully is enough for today. Otherwise, I'll just head back out here. And while we are out here, let's grab that grass we need, and then should just have, yep, there's my mine. Just need to stock up on a bit more dirt as well. We need to get myself a fortune shovel that I can use for doing this, or just a non-enchanted shovel with just efficiency 5, so that I can mine the grass blocks as well and still get the dirt, because I don't use a lot of grass in the city. And then finally, let's just grab that, pop over to the mangrove swamp, mine out a little area for ourselves, and then we can use the drill. Done with the mining and back at the city, I've got the schematic cannon loaded up with the next segment. This will most likely be the deepest part of the lake, which also means I have to move the shafts around to not have them pierce through the terrain. Also, to make the terrain fit into the existing builds, I had the front pathway of the residential area extended over to the metal district. New segment is looking great. Also, really like that this pathway is in now. Obviously, we have to fill it with buildings eventually, but that's future stuff. Yeah, that's not today. Today, I want to get some new buildings over in this area, however, and I want to kind of challenge myself and see how fast I can get this next material gathering done. Guys, there's quite a lot to do, and I want to see how fast I can get this list fully completed. I'm hoping to do it under an hour, but I guess we'll see. Driving back home. And we cross off the dead horn coral blocks. And we add the 7 shulker blocks to my mess of materials. These are not sorted whatsoever. I try to be as fast as possible. And I just missed the mark of an hour. It took a little over an hour. Got the shulker boxes gathered up. And this expansion is going to be connecting the residential area to the monorail factory. Mainly because I want to finish the terrain and actually get terrain for the monorail factory rock-in. And to do that, I need to know how the residential area is going to connect with it. So first thing we got to do is get a little bit below this because I want a building sort of resting under the loading dock. Here's I'll extend it out to the side here a bit. And I do always feel a little cheeky when I use this system of just grabbing blocks without placing them down. But it's in the mod pack. So like, I mean, can you really blame me? Just need to grab a couple of blocks here so that we can start extending in our pathway. And we're going to actually have to use a bit of dirt to just lay out the basalt. That's what it's called. As for some reason, I want to use the top texture of it. And the thing that makes the most sense to me is us connecting this up to the loading platform, because I think it could be nice with a little walkway between the two, just as a little shortcut down into town or whatever this is. Well, I guess, yeah, it's a shortcut cut down to the streets. Eventually, though, let's swap this out for the cut tuff, which can complete the final bit. Actually, not there. Just get rid of the water, and we now have a steady way to get up and down, which is super, super nice. I completely forgot to grab a block to use as a floor in here, so I just added in a little bit of dirt. And I actually want to bring out another component farm because I have talked about it. Well, I added a farm when I first made the district into that building over there, which makes cogs and shafts. And so I thought, why don't we add yet another one, even though they're not hooked up yet? I mean, they eventually will be. I promise. Okay, I promise. So let's actually get that in. I'm gonna grab some item drains and draw our access points. It's really not going to be a finished product today, but it will be ready to be used in the future. I need that, and I need to find mechanical crafter, which is in this box. So super, super simple. We're going to start off with our draw access point at the bottom. And we're going to stack up a 3x3 of mechanical crafters. Funnily enough, these are the first mechanical crafters I crafted, I think. Still don't have any in the starter base. I really need to get some, though. Then if we just pull out our wrench and we connect all of these sides right here, need to go grab some slot covers for these corners. And then we just add 2 item drains right here. Some of those facing inwards, and then just if we do temporary blocks right here, our access point and output. Then these are obviously gonna have filters for cogs and shafts, and let's go grab it. Might as well finish it now, otherwise I will forget in the future and it'll be a whole mess. Got that sorted, and let's go grab some wood blocks next. And I should have some smokers anywhere here. Yeah, there they are. And this is gonna be what's making up the walls. Haven't really done a full-on wood structure like this in the city, so I'm hoping this fits in quite well and doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Right? Yeah, I mean, it sticks out a little bit now, but I think we can put it back. So let's grab some warps to get a bit of color in here, along with some copper trap doors. Let's see, what else do we have? We can add some shroom lights for sure. Should have scaffolding in one of these. Yep, there it is. And some string and tough walls. I want to try something new here for the windows, where we put some scaffolding in right there, tough wall, and then a string to get it looking up like the little thing sticking up. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's gonna look good from above as well, as it adds a bit of yes, I'm great with words. Actually, way easier to do this from the inside. Cover this corner right here and some shroom lights just to give it a little bit of like there's something happening in here, and then we just put some concrete right over that. On the outside, for this little extra bit of color, let's do some trap doors just on the top of these windows. And actually, I think I grabbed bamboo fence gates, which I want to just put on that one, just a little different. And then our warped signs and buttons to go on the walls to add in some detail to that. Or, well, maybe not detail, but color. Continue that around the corner and over to this side. Want to add in a bit more shape to these by just adding in a few trapdoors. Just want to go ahead and try and see how this looks, and if it just adds something to it. Yeah, it gives a new texture to it. Yeah, I do quite like it. Simple, but good. few more details in here just to finish it off with some glow lichen and this little bell. And I also added in a structure on top of this, as it was a little flat and I wanted it to actually fully support this up here. But let's continue with adding in a border tuff. And let's see, I want to leave that open as here are the the industrial iron blocks. Just need to place one right there, and then we get some mud and we get the roof going. Yep, there's lights in there, so don't have to worry about that. We'll keep the details up here very, very simple. I do want to get in just a little bit of an AC unit right in here, and then let's get some details for the door with just some oak. And to finish it off, we need to fully connect this up. Actually, let's build this out one block, or in one block, I guess, technically. And then we'll get our girders. These will go up, I guess, into the platform. And what we can do from... I grabbed metal brackets and not the diagonal girders. Actually, I can craft new girders. I have so many. We'll get one in right there, one there, and one final one right over here. I think we just have to replace this one to get this one to connect correctly. And just some polished tuff around this. And we have to connect that one up. There we go. Well, that looks a little more supported at least. And obviously when we bring the terrain up behind here, because I'm pretty sure the terrain's just gonna go and connect between these two, and that will sort out whatever this mess is. That's soon. For now, let's just wrap up this building by adding in that chopper roof. Not gonna fill in the entire thing, there's no need. And we'll just run this around, and boom, that should be this first building at least somewhat complete. I mean, I think it's complete, and I also think it looks pretty good. Managed to fit it in quite well to the style. Definitely does stick out a bit when looking at it, but it's fine. But since we've already done so much building today to connect this new residential building to the rest of them, yet again using the schematic cannon. With these buildings, I really try to get out of that comfort zone when it comes to building and experimenting with new block palettes. I designed this entire expansion live on Twitch and will most likely design a lot more of the city on there in the future. So you should go follow me is what I'm saying. And walking down the new little street now that brings us down to that little building we built earlier. I didn't mean for this to finish all of the details, but it finished all of the details. And also gotta add, oh nope, there it, no, can that just work? No, now I have to go get glowing sacks. Broken, free to take. Just some random junk in the street. But it feels really good to have this connected up to the monorail factory actually, because now I can do a full loop of this area. And yeah, I mean, we just have to connect it up to there and build the inner street here. It's this future stuff. We've already built so much today. To be fair, this is probably the next expansion of the residential area. I need to finish this road up here and connect the houses under and finish off this little alleyway over here. And hopping over into a creative world, this is where I do all of the planning for the city. Yeah, it's all pre-planned, and honestly, there is no chance I'd ever be able to make this project come together as well as it's coming together without pre-planning. Anyways, this is the segment we just got into the server, and we need some terrain for it, and we need to hook some terrain up to the monorail factory. The first thing I've been doing is deleting the gray concrete terrain I've used as a guide to figure out roughly at what heights I want buildings to be placed. Then using a mod called Axiom, I'm creating shapes mainly out of ellipsoids, but also some cylinders to create the bottom of the lake. My goal is to create a sort of bouldering landscape on the cliffside. And by doing the simple thing is just swapping out that light blue wool, almost all of it at least, into some stone, getting some dirt in there, and some mud on the floor. This is already looking really, really good. But of course, we need some texturing. And for that, I'm using the editor menu in Axiom to first of all give it a base coat of some tuff below the water level, as I generally want the blocks below to be yellow darker, just to make the lake look even deeper than it actually is. Then I'm going to start with my darkest block here, which is basalt, and we're just going to start highlighting the darker bits of the rocks. And then it's all about just continuing to do this for the entire range of the block palette, tweaking it as I go to get to a point which I like. Starting to look pretty good now. We got it all textured up except the little dirt bit, which is super simple. Currently I'm just using coarse dirt, puzzle, and some dirt, along with some warped roots, and I just gotta grab some nether sprouts. And then I just go in and replace a bunch of patches with the puzzle and darken up a couple of areas with some coarse dirt just to add a little bit of texture into the ground. I don't really want the space to be super green and lush, as it's a very industrial city, so this is the perfect ground material in my opinion. Definitely want to experiment with some green parts in the future, but that's the future. Then once the texturing of that is done, I just come in with a grass, a few warped roots, and some nether sprouts all throughout these patches where we have in a little bit of a more lush environment. That really isn't lush, but it just has space for it to grow. Yep, makes sense, Stam. Good job. Hopefully that gave a bit of an insight into how I've created this terrain that's currently being built up. I also took the time to give the steam power plant a bit more terrain, and so that mud now surrounds the starter base completely. And I absolutely love this corner of the city right now. I just feel like it looks super immersive. Also, of course, got this in over there, and I need to let the water out, which we should probably do. All I should have to do is just give them a bit of an update, and they should start flowing together and down into the waterfall. We got to do the same thing for this guy. I'll just give you an update up here. No, has to be down here. There we go. Now that's going to look a little better with the water flowing down. And this is actually all of the terrain I'm going to do today. I originally wanted to finish the entire terrain, but I realized that's a massive project. And also, I don't know how big this city is going to be. So if I go ahead and make the terrain now, I just limit myself with the size, or I'd make the terrain way too big and I'd never fill it. So this is actually where I'm going to leave it, which means, well, the lake is not going to have any water today. But I think to truly appreciate the terrain we made and put it into perspective, we have to compare it to the terrain we started with today. Even without the water, this just looks 10 times better. And honestly, I'm so happy to have a baseline for how the terrain is going to look now, because whenever we make new factories and expand the city, we can just add the terrain straight away. But like I said, that is where we're going to be ending it off today. So thank you so very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.